Hey, welcome to another episode of the Evolved Dad Shortcast. I want to do a little bit of a recap session here for all the new people that have joined, everyone that's tuning in now. My perspective and focus on growth as a dad, changing from just being a father to actually doing something about it, becoming a dad, starts with you. The core of it is the personal growth. So you're not going to hear me sitting talking about different ideas of how to play games with your kids or how to initiate a conversation. The main focus is really on you. And when you can control what you're doing, so many more things line up. So let's start with health, eating healthy. If you're going to sit there and you're going to try to figure out ways to teach your kids how to eat healthier, but you're still not eating healthy, you're going down the wrong path. If you're going to tell your kids to go outside and play, go get some exercise, but you're sitting on the couch, you're being lazy, and you're just sitting there watching TV all the time, gaining weight and doing absolutely nothing productive, that's not going to help. If you're going to be the one that's going to tell your kids to go read, but you haven't looked at a book in the past 25 years, that's not going to help. So you could see where I'm going with this. The core of it is, as a father becoming a dad, to be that leader, that best example for your children, you need to show up better. And that's what this entire podcast is about. How can you become better? And that it's not saying that you're going to have to now spend 12 hours a day at the gym. You're not going to have to wake up and do a 35-minute routine. No, because we don't do stupid. We take it back. We think about the ideas. What's the core concept? Where are we trying to get to? And then we focus on that growth. That's the core idea of this podcast. That's the core idea of my account in general. How can we better understand what's going to help us grow, in turn, make us better leaders for our children? And how I also like to look at it, how could I build a stronger relationship with my wife? Because we know that the reality is, without having a strong relationship with your spouse, you're leaving out a big portion of the leadership aspect to your children. Because one day your kids are going to go and they're going to get married. What are you showing them? How are you showing your sons to become fathers and hopefully dads? How are you showing your daughters that they should be treated? Again, this is from our side, from the dad side. I'm not talking about from the mom side. I'm not talking about from the mother. That's a totally different conversation and something that I am not qualified to talk about because I'm a dad. So taking ownership of the reality of the facts, saying that, yes, I envision my kid becoming successful, more successful than I'll ever become. And that's just because he's going to be standing on my shoulders. Each one of my kids is going to have that step up in life. They're going to be healthier because I didn't grow up being that healthy. And I'm not placing blame. I'm talking facts. Reading. I may have grown up reading, but not anything with a true focus in life. More fiction, honestly. And granted, there are things to say that maybe the kid enjoys reading specific things over the other. Let's shelf that for now. We can get back to that another time. And then daily routines. If I'm only getting woken up by my kids, I'm going to be in a grumpy mood. I'm not going to want to get out of bed. But when I'm up and I'm ready and I'm there, getting them up in the morning, helping them have a healthy breakfast, helping them get ready for school, or guiding them because they're still fumbling to wake up. That's how we show up as dads. And the key of it all is consistent growth. Not saying, I did it, I'm done, I'm out of here. No, every day we show up to be better. That is the concept. And what better is for each person is going to be different. There's no saying that if you didn't get up to this level yesterday, then you're not a good dad. No. If you're better than you were the day before, you're a good dad. You're going in the right direction. Now, could we be better dads? 1,000%. That takes time. Are we going to slip back over time? Are we going to trip? Are we going to fall? 100%. But we're going to get back up. We're going to start climbing that mountain again. Teaching our kids that, yes, failure is okay. But to go back and to try again is, if we don't get up and try again, that's not okay. And you'll notice that this podcast, or you may not notice, is not edited. This is me talking to you with my thoughts. I'm not trying to pick it out and make it perfect. I'm not a guru. I'm not a thought leader. I'm not any of those things. I'm a dad. That's it. I'm a dad who's gone through the journey from being just a father to getting into the stage of being a dad. I'm a dad who struggles with the same things that you're struggling with or struggled with them. Trying to get through every single day with the multitude of things to take care of, getting thrown at us from every single direction. And not trying to duck everything, but trying to take care of as much as possible. Which leads me to the greatest realization that I've had over the past many years. Is that as a dad, we're the most important part of the equation. No, that doesn't mean that you get to sit on a throne the whole day and order people around. That means that you have a responsibility to take better care of yourself so that you could take better care of your wife and kids. That means that you are going to show up as their leader. The leader is a position of honor. You get to be a leader. Notice the power in those words. I get to be a leader. Not I have to be a leader. I get to be a leader. I get to lead these amazing people. I get to lead my wife. I get to lead my children. And how am I going to lead them? I'm going to lead them by showing them the best example. Otherwise, I'm not a good leader, because then I'm taking them in the wrong direction. If I'm not getting better on my own, how can I give over better to them? How can I show them? How can I live what that better example is? Because I can guarantee you that lectures are going to get you absolutely nowhere. Notice how in school, in colleges, universities, people fall asleep. People end up doing other things. Yet we look at the previous people throughout history, or even maybe now, and we learn from their actions. We learn from the things that they do. We learn from the things that we want to do. We learn from the things that we don't want to do. We dig into them. We say, okay, what can I do in order to go down this road? Or what do I have to avoid in order to not go down that road? That's the core idea of this podcast. Thinking, realizing, understanding, planning, setting goals, having a big picture, knowing where I'm going in life. Something that you'll hear me talk about a lot is a perfect day. The perfect day exercise. Where do you want to be in life? How about the perfect me? Where do I see myself in 10, 20, 30 years? Whatever stage you're at in life, pick a far off example. At the end of the day, what do I want to be known as? When people look back, how are they going to describe me? And what is it going to take for me to get to that point? It's going to take hard work. It's going to take a lot of trial and error. But that's okay. As long as you keep moving forward, keeping the big picture in mind. Now, don't do what all these people are saying, go dark for 6 months. No, we're dads. Or maybe fathers at this point. You can't just go dark for 6 months. It's not realistic. You get to live and have instant feedback, which at times is beyond painful. But yet, you still get up and you continue doing that every single day because you know that collectively over time, that's going to be your greatest win. I know this podcast was a little bit loaded on many topics, many ideas. But I wanted to introduce you or reintroduce you to what my podcast is about, what my account is about. That is the core guts of it. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to share these ideas with you that hopefully will inspire you to take that next step forward. As always, I want to thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you spending your time with me. This is Jonathan, the Evolved Dad, signing off.